Okay, so here we have the leader class Sentinel Prime from the Dark of the Moon line for the Transformers figures. It's a pretty sizable figure, stands a little over 10 inches tall, pretty heavy, good shape to it, good size, pretty good sculpt overall. Instead of having a mech tech gun, he's got this weird shield thing. I guess maybe we'll see what that's all about in the movie, but it comes and do like an X shape after you press that button. I like it better than the guns because it actually looks like a shield, and he's got that sword thing over there too, and he's got posable hands to hold them both, so that's kind of nice. I don't know about these two accessories. I guess we'll see more once the movie comes out, but at least for the figure they're not too bad. I don't mind him having those because they don't take up a whole lot of space, and they're not annoying, gimmicky guns that don't really serve a purpose. He does have quite a big backpack on him. He's very back heavy, very hard for him to stand up, and that's after I took the batteries out. He's still really heavy. Very difficult for him to stand up without either leaning forward really far or tilting back. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but that's the way it is. This is his, you can kind of see what parts they are of his fire truck, so not real great with trying to hide those parts. I guess Hasbro kind of gave up on that and said he can just have all these weird wing things sticking out the back. Looks like a Gundam or something, I don't know. I don't care for that, and it looks pretty bad from the side too. I don't like that very much. Not too much to the point where I don't like the figure for it, because he's got really nice sculpt from the front, looks great from the front, but from the side and the back and from a standing position, not very good. He's got a really nice detail on the face sculpt. See if we can pose him like he is in one of the screenshots. See how he stands up to a good pose, as if you were to put him on display. He's got all the standard articulation. The only problem is the back heaviness. His feet are pretty poseable, so I'm hoping that'll help. Let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna work. He wants to fall over no matter what I do. Nope, not gonna work. So that's a kind of a big thing, I guess. If you can't stand up, it doesn't really matter how nice the figure looks. If it doesn't stand up, you can't do much with it. So I don't know. His arms, full shoulder articulation, rotates up and down, elbows, bicep swivel, regular hinge joint, ratcheted, so that's extra good. The wrists turn. He's got the swivel on the wrists. Like I said, the hands open up to hold the accessories. That's kind of nice. I wish he had full finger articulation, but that's kind of not to be expected anymore with the Transformers. The hips, forward, back like regular legs, out. Everything's ratcheted, knees are ratcheted. Ankles, he has a sideways pivot like this, and a front and back thing for the toe, front and back thing for the whole foot. It's really a shame that he can't stand up, because he's got all this nice articulation and put him in some cool poses. This button right here, this gold thing, presses a button on him that opens his mouth and makes him talk if you have the batteries in there. Like I said, I already took them out. They go back inside. Let's see if we can see. The batteries go back inside here. So they made him even more heavy. I didn't want him in there for that reason, for the most part. So you can hide the kibble pretty well. I mean, if you're going to stand him up and pose him, you don't really see the backpack too much while he's standing there. But anything from the front, other than from the front, it doesn't look very good. So kind of a disappointment there. I wish you could stand up better. Maybe you just use a figure stand, I don't know, just to prop him up. That way you can at least display him without having him leaning over like crazy. But yeah, this is going to be the first of a two-part review. I'm going to do the vehicle mode in a separate review. That way we don't have just long 10-minute videos to look at for a review. I'm going to try to keep it short and concise. This way you know what you're going to be buying or what you're not going to be buying. It's up to you. This will help you decide. I'll give the vehicle, or I mean the robot mode with the big backpack, poor side profile, And the fact that he can't stand, we're going to give him a 7 out of 10. He looks great from the front. Looks really, really good. Good face sculpt, good chest, good legs, good arms, good articulation. Everything's really good on him except the backpack and the fact that he can't stand. So 7 out of 10. Not the best, not the worst. Good size figure. Look for number 2 to check out the review for the vehicle mode.